Hello, I'm Whalley, welcome to Lenscraft. Today I'm sharing the first of two videos explaining how to simulate film grain using Photoshop. If you need a fast and easy method to add film grain, this is the video for you. I'm starting with this image as it allows us to see the effects of the grain on the sky and the fine detail in the trees. The colour image was converted from a raw file. I've added a curves layer and also a black and white adjustment layer in Photoshop, but I haven't added any grain. Possibly the easiest way to add grain to this image is using the Photoshop Camera Raw filter. You may already be familiar with using Camera Raw to convert raw files into an image, but you can also use it from within Photoshop if you have already converted your raw file. The first thing to do is create a stamp layer. This consolidates all the other layers into a new layer at the top of the Layers window. To do this, click on the top layer in the Layers window. Then hold down Shift, Option, Command and press E on your keyboard. You can now see the new stamp layer at the top of the Layers window. This is a pixel based layer, so we can apply filter adjustments directly to the layer. With the layer selected in the Layers window, I can click on the Camera Raw filter in the filter menu. I'm going to zoom in to 100% magnification so that I can judge the grain effect. Now I can select the Effects tab. Here you can see the grain adjustment controls. I'm going to increase the amount slider to around 60. I can then adjust the size of the grain to suit the image. Notice if I increase the grain size too far, it starts to blur the image. I can also increase the roughness setting to help the effect look more like film grain. Once I have the effect looking right, I can click OK to apply it. This applies the grain effect directly to the layer that we created. You can then adjust the opacity of the layer as well as turn the effect on and off. The problem with this approach though is that we can't adjust the grain effect further if we haven't got it quite right. You can avoid this quite easily by applying the adjustment as a smart filter. I'll show you how to do this. First, I'm going to delete the layer we've just created. And then I'll recreate it using the Shift, Option, Command and E shortcut. This time, before I apply the Camera Raw filter, I'm going to convert the layer for smart filters using the filter menu. I'm then going to apply the Camera Raw filter to the layer as I did before. Notice the Camera Raw filter now appears as a smart filter below the layer. When I double click the Camera Raw filter now, it reopens. And I still have access to the effects that I applied previously. I can now amend these as I want to, and then when I'm done I can click OK. I can also turn the Camera Raw filter off and back on again in the Layers window. And adjust the overall layer opacity. This is probably the easiest and quickest way to simulate a grain effect for your black and white images. In another video, I'll explain a more complex approach, but one that gives you greater control over the effect. I'm Whalley, you've been watching Lenscraft, I'll see you in the next video.